There's this thing that you're doing and you don't like yourself because of it. What would need to happen for you to be proud of yourself because you stop judging? You stop scaring yourself after death in case something's going to happen if you do it differently. If you had your back, if you really, really had your back, what would you do? Personal growth. We don't fucking grow unless we get uncomfortable. So what would it look like? If you actually put you and your happiness first, if you stop playing small, if you stop being nice, if you stop gaslighting and manipulating yourself, pretending that you're okay with ignoring you, turning your back on you, disrespecting you, overlooking you. If you didn't do all that for a second, pop it in the chat. What would you do if you weren't in fear about doing it? And could you bear to just play with it for a day? Just allow it to be in your head of, what would it, without pressure to do it. I did this with my friend. She told me horrible things that was going on at work. We spoke about it. She sat with it for, what was it, like 5 days. Got herself signed off from work and everything. And it took her about 5 days to come to her centre and realise she's a fucking adult. And she gets to design her life. And no, she doesn't need to feel guilty. Dog's choking to death. You're right there, love. She doesn't have to feel guilty for putting her happiness and herself first. It's ridiculous what we're taught. To be like everybody else, not rock the boat and all the things. 30 years practice as a psychotherapist, coach and psychologist. And the same thing I hear out of everybody's mouth. I can't do that. Shouldn't do that. No, that's not allowed, and so on. The list is endless about why we cannot be happy. 20 years down the road, if we're lucky enough to still be here, what's it going to look like if you treat you this way when you know you get to do something for you, to have your back, to take care of you, as if you cared about you? What is it? It doesn't mean going and changing it, although you might want to. However, you could start somewhere, which is dare to dream. What does it look like? What was one of the things I did? Oh, it was excellent. However, it didn't last long. It was excellent, though. This fucking dude that I was going out with. Wow. I asked him, what did I say? This was 20 years ago. Something like this. Oh, it was drinking in those days. Not a good look. Are you seeing anyone else? And he said, oh, yes, of course I'm seeing other people. I went into a fucking meltdown. And I went to the bathroom and I was like this. I couldn't believe it. And I knew. You know the question, don't you? You know the thing. And I said, I didn't even say anything, actually. I asked the lady that was serving us in the bar to tell him I'm gone. Miss Sprague has left the building, or whatever it was, Dr. Sprague. I was training then at that point. I think I probably pulled the doctor card. I didn't even graduate. And I felt great. I remember walking up Oxford Street like this, thinking, you just completely dodged a bullet there, love. I was so proud of myself. However, then I folded again. Do you know what happened with that man? He disappeared out of my life. And I caught him once. He said, I love you. And this was a man, I've got to be careful because he's an incredible man. However, he told me how it was, and I didn't listen. I remember walking across the bridge and he said, I'm conditioned against loss. Meaning, I don't feel it. And I thought, okay, well, kiddo. Another avoidant, dismissive personality in your life there, Pops. What are you going to do with this one? Fell for it, didn't I? And he disappeared. He said, I love you one day. I never saw him again. And he kind of startled himself when he said it. And I thought, I will never see this man again. And I never did. He disappeared. 3 months. Didn't hear a word. And I emailed very professionally to his work. He was the boss. And just said, I'm just concerned about... And he texted me. And he said something like, it was about 20 years ago now. Oh, sorry, darling. Wait, what? It was... honestly, I've heard it all. However, this got me. Bit impromptu. I got married in February. Didn't think you'd be concerned. Let's get together for dinner when I'm in London. Oh my God. Yeah, words were had, let's say. However, it wasn't my door. You can knock. We can knock on any door that we choose. We're adults. And if it opens, fantastic. There will be something going on there. If it doesn't, it's not our door. So we do get to be curious. What is it that you're craving for, fighting for at the moment? And is it for you, actually? Or are you trying to sell yourself to someone who doesn't want you? Or are you trying to tolerate someone you don't want? We don't know how long we've got. And people say, you've only got one life. I don't think so. I think we've got fucking many of them. How do you like them apples? Many, many, many. And the reason for it, in my opinion, is because we haven't done what we were here to do in this life. So we'll come back and do it again. Can you fucking imagine? The things I've been through, I have no intention of coming back and doing this shit again. Thank you very much. I'm going to nail it in this one. Yes, it's very, very ugly on occasion. Yes, it's cruel. Is it laughable? Sometimes it's comedy gold. It depends how you look at things. And that's really it. It depends how we look at things. And I'll say for some of you, because I know it's difficult, is build a bridge and get over your fucking self. That's what someone said to me when I was suicidal. And I'm like, wow. And he said, spend 24 hours in gratitude. I was worried I couldn't pay my rent. I wanted to kill myself. I didn't have clients and couldn't work with clients. I was just like, I am not doing this. And I had yet another clinical supervisor who said, this is suicide, Poppy. I'm not going to work with people when I'm ill. It's the second supervisor in my career who said, you should keep seeing clients. And I can't possibly do that. That is inhumane. I can barely fucking brush my own teeth. I'm not going to do that. What would you do for you if you had your back? If you didn't if you didn't do like me, which is wait until you just cannot flipping function. If you had your back right here, right now, what would you do? No apology. And if you're all in your head, I couldn't possibly, and so on, then get Thrive, Boundaries Mastery. If you don't have it already, please have it. £300 nearly recently. Now it's pay what you feel you are worth. Take that program. It only took me 40 years to understand what fucking boundary is. And if you lap that up, then Relationship Mastery is out in 2 weeks, 10 days, and you can have that too. What would you do if you loved you? Let yourself play with it.